Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, January 3rd. Happy New Year to all of you. New Year, and it is a great time to really refresh and revamp your trading. If you have a trading plan that's not working, let's get together and work on that. It's also a really good time to go back and reflect over what did and didn't work over the last year. Trading is it's a living thing. What might have worked last year may not work this year, and maybe what works this year didn't work 3 years ago. It changes and evolves depending on things that are thrown at the market. But this year is it's a fresh start and a great way to, or a great time just to go ahead, reset your trading and be much more diligent. Don't chase trades. Don't hang on forever. There's a lot of things that we can do here. Right now, we're starting out the new year with a push of green here. This is the futures, right? We had a nice climb up. We consolidate. Of course, we had a bit lighter volume because of the holiday. And this morning, we're coming in, and the Dow is up about 150 some points. It was up closer to 200 earlier in the session, but still sitting above the high from last Friday. All right, we can also see that Bitcoin still hanging out in this big old box here. It is up above that point of control. It's a little harder to see on this particular chart because of the way I drew the box in. But it's really important to notice these levels and this box, although it's quite large price-wise. It obviously one that we've been in here for several trading sessions. For me, Bitcoin needs to be back up over the 200 MA with some kind of vigor and confidence to stay there. And oil. Taking a look at oil. Oil has hit that 50 plate around there and now is continuing to fail and push down a little bit here. All right, let's start off with what all of the news analysts are talking with, and that would be Tesla. Tesla crushed their delivery expectations, estimates, and on a tear here this morning. Tesla right now is trading at 1131. So 1137 is right around that next resistance area, and then it's not a really good resistance till about 1180. So plenty of room to the top side here. We will break right through this trend line and yet be right below this downward trend line. I actually like that one. This downward slanted trend line. Once we break that, that's kind of where I like Tesla a little better now that we're so close to it. All right, and the story that we keep talking about is, when is Apple going to break 182.86? We're sitting at 178, so obviously we still have a ways to go here, but it bounced the 8 here and is now pushing back up this morning. So we'll continue to watch Apple as well. All right, so let's hop over into some semiconductors. A lot of semiconductors actually doing well. I'm just going to choose a few of them here, but of course there's Xilinx, AMD, QCOM, TSM, a bunch of them. I like ON Semiconductors, nice move up. Taking a little break here. Of course, the volume being lower with the week anyway, that it kind of throws off that, it maybe leans toward a different bias. But nonetheless, just looking at the candles, we took a nice little break. We put in a nice little inside candle here on Friday. I like this over the high from Friday. I like the February 65s there at ON. Can't not talk about NVDA. It is well off of its highs, and it has really struggled, brought these moving averages finally back together. It was really quite extended. So we brought all these moving averages back together. We took a nice climb up, gave back about half of that. My guess is if you draw fib lines from the low to the high there, it's going to be right around that 50% fib line. And we used the 50. So looking for a reversal in this, but now I want it to be above the 20 for NVIDIA, and I'm looking at the 300s. All of these are in February, by the way. Well, while I am watching for those to play out, I might as well enjoy a nice little cup of coffee here. Keep hitting this resistance. We've talked about this for several days. We actually took a day trade out of it. We have this gap that's left here up to 118.36. So we still have a little bit of room in that gap, but it's really, I think once we can punch through this level, like the 117.50 level, really a nice room to fill that gap, and then we clear out a lot of resistance. I like Starbucks, and I like both the 115s and the 120s. So both of those look pretty good. Well, the Omicron variant is definitely affecting airlines, travel, all of that. But I'll tell you what, we are still really strong coming out here and still making a very strong stand. We've had a lot of weather as well, so airlines in particular are getting beat up a bit more. But the overall get out and do stuff trend is still intact very nicely here. Live Nation, another one, right? So it took a nice long march up, and it's just been accumulating here. Would like to see maybe this come back and touch the 8 and then push on, but I definitely want us to keep it on our radar, and I like the 120s there in Live Nation. Well, if we're going to go see a show, we're going to have to stay somewhere. Airbnb, wow, real beauty up as we came up here, hit over that 212, and then just got smacked with the ugly stick again and again. But now we've used that 200. We're right at that point of control. I do like Airbnb up over the 172.50 area. I would take a look at the 175s. We need to hold above the 200, or I'm sorry, above the 20, and we're looking for a move to the 50 here. Nice $5 to $6 move there in between those, and then evaluate and see if we continue on. Airbnb looks good. And again, the 175s. Then lastly, kind of rotating out to this little sector over here, Alcoa. We do have earnings coming up as a nice little catalyst. Look at this beautiful climb. And then we just sat here consolidating as we get ready to go into those earnings. Look for a move above the close from Friday. I like the 60s. A couple others I think we should just kind of keep an eye on is some of these retailers. So Walmart put in a nice close up over the 50 and is sitting pretty neutral here this morning. And Target finally making a move. So we had this nice move, build a bit of a red candle. It's an inside candle, so you can play up above the close from Friday. I am a little concerned about this 200, but I am looking for the move and break through that 200 to finally continue that trend to the upside. So just a couple to keep on watch. All right, that is it for me this morning. I hope you have an awesome day. And again, if you have any questions, you can always reach out, heatherc@givingtreetrading.com.